Good morning, my dear children. So, today we are going to learn about kinetic particle theory of matter. So, we have discussed about three states of matter in its properties, and we have discussed about heating and cooling curve. So, we know that the atoms are the basic thing of everything in this universe, right? We know that our universe is formed after a huge reaction known as Big Bang. So, after huge interaction of the atoms, subatomic particles, this universe is formed. So, what now scientists is trying to do is they are trying to recreate that Big Bang, okay, in Geneva, and they are discovering a lot of things and they were predicting the condition that was in that particular time. Okay, so here we are going to learn what all the conditions of three states of matter, how elements, molecules, mixtures are different, how different mixtures are formed, how the particle theory helps in identifying three states of matter, how the particle theory will help us to change from one state to another state. Okay, so now we are going to study that. So existence of atoms and molecules. Elements and compounds mix and react to produce the world around us. They produce massive objects such as the gas giants, that is Jupiter and Saturn, that we met at the start of this chapter. So they also give rise to tiny highly structured crystals of solid sugar or salt. How do elements organize themselves to give this variety? അതായത് each thing in this universe is different. So this element and atoms are organizing themselves to give this variety. ഓരോ atom for gold is different from iron, copper is different from sulfur. So each atom and each molecule is having its own individual property, and it's is giving variety to this universe അല്ലെ ഓരോ എലമെന്റിനും ഓരോ പെർട്ടിക്കുലർ കോമ്പൗണ്ടിനും ഓരോ പെർട്ടിക്കുലർ മോളിക്യൂളിനും each is having a different kind of variety that is giving what universe a different nature and color also. So our modern so how can element exist in three states of matter simply through a changing temperature? This is a very important question, and we are going to answer that too. So our modern understanding is based on the idea that all matter is divided into very small particles known as atoms. So what is an atom? Atom means the smallest particle of an element that can take part in a chemical reaction. What is an atom? The smallest particle of an element that can take part in a chemical reaction is known as atom. Clear? So we know that what is an element? Element is a substance that it contain one kind of atom only. Okay, element means it contain just one kind of atom. Hydrogen means hydrogen element only. So I will show you some example, that is neon. Neon means neon element means it will contain only neon atoms. Okay, oxygen means oxygen element atoms only. So അതിൽ എത്ര number of oxygens ഉണ്ടായാലും കുഴപ്പമില്ല, if it is containing same kind of atom means it is known as what? Element. What is an element? If a substance contain same type of atom, if a substance contain same type of atom means we call it as what? Element. Okay, same type of atom ആണെങ്കിൽ we call it as what? Element. So atoms of different element can combine to make the molecules of a compound. Okay, so we know that when two different elements, that is hydrogen and oxygen, combine together to form what? Water. Okay, hydrogen and oxygen combine together to form water. So here hydrogen and oxygen is two different element. Okay, here hydrogen and oxygen is two different element. So here this is known as what? Compound. When two different element combine together, it is known as what? Two or more different element, it is combined together, we call it as what? Compound. Clear? So what is an element? Element is if a substance contain same type of atom. Okay, same type of atom means it is known as element. If two or more element combined together chemically means it is known as what? Compound. Okay, so what is molecule? When atoms join together, when atoms are joined together, it is known as molecule. This is also a molecule. This is also a molecule. Okay, O2 is a molecule, H2O is a molecule, HCl is a molecule, then N2 is a molecule, then Cl2 is a molecule, NaCl is a molecule. So here, what is a molecule means just a group of atoms. It can be either same type of atom or different type. If it is a different type means it is known as what? Compound. We can call this is as molecule of element. This oxygen, we can call it as what? Molecule of element. This H2O, it is made from two different elements, so we can call it as what? Molecule of molecule of molecule of compound. So HCl is also what? Molecule of a compound, because it is two different element. N2, we can call it as what? Molecule of element. Cl2 is also molecule of element. NaCl is what? Molecule of compound. So two different element means it is a compound. That is, നമുക്ക് group of atoms ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ തന്നെ നമുക്ക് അതിന് molecule എന്ന് പറയാം. It can be either same type of atoms or different types. Okay. So same type ആണെങ്കിൽ we can call it as what? Element എന്ന് പറയാം. If it is അപ്പോൾ അതിൽ just നമുക്ക് one or two ആണെങ്കിൽ we can call it as what? Molecule of an element. Two different element ആണെങ്കിൽ we can call it as compound. So it is also group of atoms, so അതിനുകൊണ്ടാണ് we can call it as what? Molecule of compound. So we can generalize a statement like this, that is, all compounds are molecules, but all molecules all molecules are not compounds. Okay, all compounds are molecules. H2O is a molecule, HCl is a molecule, NaCl is a molecule. So all compounds are molecule, but all molecules are not compound. Here O2 is a molecule, but it is not a compound. It is what? It is a molecule of element. So all compounds are molecules, but all molecules are not compounds. അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് ഒരു വെൻ ഡയഗ്രാം അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഒരു സർക്കിൾ വെച്ച് നമുക്ക് ഇൻഡിക്കേറ്റ് ആണെങ്കിൽ ഇതൊരു വലിയ മോളിക്യൂൾ എന്ന് കൺസിഡർ ചെയ്താൽ ആ മോളിക്യൂളുടെ ഒരു സിംഗിൾ പാർട്ട് ആണ് കോമ്പൗണ്ട് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, അപ്പോൾ ഇതിൽ കോമ്പൗണ്ട് ഓഫ് എലമെന്റ് മോളിക്യൂൾ ഓഫ് എലമെന്റ് ഉണ്ട്, കോമ്പൗണ്ട് ഉണ്ട്. ഓക്കെ, സോ ഇതിപ്പോൾ നിങ്ങൾ ഹയർ ക്ലാസ്സസിൽ ഈ ഒരു വെൻ ഡയഗ്രാം വെച്ചിട്ടുള്ളതൊക്കെ യു വിൽ സ്റ്റഡി. ഓക്കെ, so here this is known as what? Molecule of element. O2 is a molecule of element, H2 is molecule of a compound. Clear? So the idea that all substance exist in very small particle begin to explain the structure of three different states of matter. The different levels of freedom of movement of particle explain some of the different features of three states. So figure 1.14 illustrates the basic features of three state we discussed earlier. Okay, so here we can see that a solid cannot flow. Why? Because it has a definite shape and volume. So can we explain using particle theory? Because we know that solids are orderly arranged. Its particles are orderly arranged and they are touching each other. So it cannot flow because they are touching each other and they cannot move. So that particles cannot move means they cannot flow. Clear? Here the liquid is flowing. A liquid can flow because in liquid particles can move over one another. That is, they can slide over one another. So it is a fluid. It has a definite volume but takes the shape of its container. Okay, a liquid can flow. It is a fluid. It has a definite volume but takes the shape of its container. Clear? So this is a difference. What about gas? A gas is a fluid and spread out its container because it doesn't has a fixed volume or a fixed shape, so it has no definite volume. So this is the basic difference. So solid has a fixed shape and volume. Here it doesn't has a fixed shape but it has a fixed volume. But here in for gas it doesn't have has fixed volume or a fixed what shape. So that is the main difference. Next we are going to discuss about the main points of kinetic particle theory. The kinetic particle theory of matter describes three different states, that is change between them in terms of movement of particles. The major points of theory are all matter is made up of very small particles. That is, different substance contain different types of particles such as atom. Alle, everything is made up of what? Small particles. So the major point in that kinetic particle theory is that all matter is made up of very small particles that contain substance contain different types of particles such as atoms, molecules, and ions. So everything is made up of what? Matter, a matter of very small particle. So particles are moving all time. The higher temperature, the higher average energy of the particle. Even in solids, we can say that particles are vibrating in their position. So we can say that particles are moving all time according to the temperature. We can change the average energy of the particle. If it is having a higher temperature, means higher average energy of the particles. And the freedom of movement and arrangement of the particle is different for three states of matter, that we know. For liquid, there is no there is what it can slide over one another. For solid, there is no freedom of movement. For gas, there is a high freedom of movement. And arrangement also, in solid there is a regular arrangement, and for liquid they are randomly arranged but they are touching each other. For gas, they are not, particles are not at all touching each other. They have a high freedom of motion. So the pressure of a gas is produced by the atoms or molecules of gas hitting the walls of the container. We know that pressure is equal to force per unit area. Pressure is equal to what? Force per unit area, that we have studied last year. So we know that suppose if this is a vessel, means particles are moving like this means it will be hitting it will be hitting the wall of the container more frequently. So we know that this particular object is having a particle is having a what? A force, and that is exerted on this particular area. So it is creating what? Pressure, that is force per unit area. Okay, so this particular particle will be exerting a force on this particular area. So this is known as what? Pressure. So pressure of a gas is produced by the atoms or the molecules of a gas hitting the walls of the container. The more often particles collide with the wall, greater the pressure. അല്ലെ, ഇവിടെ if this particles if there are more number of particles, means there will be more frequent collision or frequent collision with the walls of the container. അല്ലെ, കൂടുതൽ particles ഉണ്ടെങ്കിൽ there will be more collision with the walls of the container, thus it will increase the pressure. Okay, so എങ്ങനെ pressure varna? We know that it is force acting on a unit area. So here, as a particle are moving more frequently, it will be hitting the walls of the container more frequently, so thus creating more pressure. Clear? So what is so keywords we have discussed in the sessions are atoms, kinetic particle theory, and molecule. Atoms are the smallest particle of an element that can be take part in a chemical reaction. What is kinetic particle theory? A theory which accounts for the bulk properties of different states of matter in terms of movements of particles. The theory explains what happened during changes in states. So this kinetic means kinetical തന്നെയുണ്ട് മൂവ്മെന്റിനെ കുറിച്ച് എക്സ്പ്ലെയിൻ ചെയ്യുന്നത്. നമ്മൾ പാർട്ടിക്കിൾ തിയറി ഓൾറെഡി പഠിച്ചു. It's about arrangement of particle, and with that we are studying how the movement also. Okay, what is molecule? Molecules of atoms held together, or molecules of atom can be held together by covalent bonds. So here you will be with, that is, here we can introduce a new word known as covalent. So a third chapter, or in the third chapter you will be studying about covalent bond. Covalent bond means we know that molecules mean the joining of atoms is known as what? Molecule. So how these atoms are joined and how the electrons are shared, so that's we will be studying in this covalent bond, ionic bond. Okay, നിങ്ങൾ കൂടുതലായിട്ട് പഠിക്കും. Clear? So next, the figure 1.5, a more detailed summary of the organization of particles in three states of matter, and explain changes involved in different changes in state. So here you can see that in solid we know that particles are packed close together. Okay, particles are packed close together in a regular arrangement of lattice, അപ്പോൾ orderly arrangement. Okay, ഈ orderly arrangement ഇനെയാണ് we call it as what? Lattice. Okay, orderly arrangement. Okay, orderly arrangement is known as what? Lattice. So in solid, particles are close together and in a regular arrangement or lattice. So this orderly arrangement is known as what? Lattice. And we know that in solid it is not able to move freely but simply vibrate in their fixed position. Okay, we know that particles are touching each other, so it cannot move, they can only vibrate in their fixed position. So what happens when we apply a heat energy? So temperature will be raised, the particle will start acquiring more energy and it will be moving more faster. Okay, when the temperature is raised, particle gain energy and vibrate more strongly, and the particle occupy more space. This cause solid to expand. അല്ലെ, ടെമ്പറേച്ചർ കൂടുതൽ കൊടുക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത് പാർട്ടിക്കിൾസ് കൂടുതലായിട്ട് വൈബ്രേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുമ്പം ആ ഒരു ഇന്റർമോളിക്കുലർ ഫോഴ്സ് ഇല്ലേ, ആ ഫോഴ്സ് ബ്രേക്ക് ചെയ്യും. സോ അതിന് കുറച്ചും കൂടെ ഫ്രീഡം ഓഫ് മൂവ്മെന്റ് കിട്ടും, and thus it will expand. Clear? So when the temperature is raised, particle gain energy and vibrate more strongly. The particles occupy more space and this cause solids to expand. Eventually, particles have enough energy to break the force holding the lattice together. They can move around and solid melt. അല്ലെ, നമ്മൾ കൊടുക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത് now they will get energy to break the intermolecular force and thus solid melts. ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞു ഒരു നമ്മൾ temperature graph വരയ്ക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത് at a particular point the temperature remain constant. That point may be melting or boiling point according to the change of state. So that point, why temperature is remaining constant here? The heat energy is not used to what raise in temperature, it is used to break the intermolecular force. അല്ലെ, ആ ടൈമിൽ ടെമ്പറേച്ചർ കൂടുതലില്ല, അപ്പം നമ്മൾ കൊടുക്കുന്ന ഹീറ്റ് എനർജി എന്തിനാണ് യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്? ടു ബ്രേക്ക് ദി ഫോഴ്സ് ഹോൾഡിംഗ് ദ ലാറ്റിസ് ടുഗദർ. അപ്പോഴായിരിക്കും നമുക്ക് ആ സോളിഡ് കംപ്ലീറ്റ്ലി മെൽറ്റ് ആയിട്ട് എന്തായി മാറുന്നത്? ലിക്വിഡായി മാറുന്നത്. ഓക്കെ, സോ next, liquid. The particles in a liquid are closely packed together in an irregular arrangement. അല്ലെ, ഇതേപോലെ ഒരു orderly arrangement അല്ല ലിക്വിഡിലുള്ളത്, irregular arrangement ആണ്. And they are able to move around and past each other. Okay, they are able to move and they are sliding over one another. So what happens if we apply heat energy for a liquid state? On heating, particle move faster and we know that expands. അല്ലെ, എല്ലാം നമ്മൾ ഹീറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്ന സമയത്ത് it will expand. In liquid, some particle have enough energy to escape from the surface. അല്ലെ, നമുക്ക് ലിക്വിഡിൽ ആ ഒരു ചേഞ്ച് ഓഫ് സ്റ്റേറ്റിൽ ടു റിയാക്ഷൻസ് പറയാം. One is what? One is evaporation. One is evaporation. Another one is boiling. അല്ലെ, another form is boiling. Evaporation ആണെങ്കിൽ we can say that it occurs from the surface. അല്ലെ, it occurs from the surface as the particle getting more energy, there will be more energy particles. So this energy particle will be at the surface, and it will be escaping from the surface also. So as the temperature rises, more particles have enough energy to escape, and evaporation is faster at high temperature. Temperature കൂടുന്തോറും particles-ന് കൂടുതൽ energy കിട്ടും, and these energy particle will be escaping from the surface. At the boiling point, particles have enough energy to break the force of attracting, holding together, and particles move faster and they separate each other and the liquid boils. അല്ലെ, ഞാൻ ഇവിടെ നേരത്തെ പറഞ്ഞ പോലെ മെൽറ്റിംഗ് പോയിന്റ് പോലെ ബോയിലിംഗ് പോയിന്റ് ഉണ്ടാവും. ബോയിലിംഗ് പോയിന്റ് സമയത്ത് എന്ത് സംഭവിക്കും? The entire force is here not used to raise in temperature, and their energy is used to break the bones intermolecular force of attraction, and thus to change from this liquid state to gaseous state, and thus liquid boils. So this is about hot liquid, gas, and solid, liquid and gas, and how it is changing its state. So here the final arrangement is gas. The particles in a gas are arranged totally irregularly, and they can move very faster and able to move randomly also, in any direction they can move. Okay, so that's the main property of what? Gas. So the highly structured and ordered microscopic arrangement in solid can produce regular crystal structure seen in this state. അല്ലെ, ഈ ഒരു ഹൈ ഓർഡേർഡ് സ്ട്രക്ചർ ആണ്. അപ്പൊ അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ നമുക്കൊരു റെഗുലർ ക്രിസ്റ്റൽ സ്ട്രക്ചേഴ്സ് നമുക്ക് എന്തെന്ന് പ്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും? സോളിഡ്സ് പ്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. In solids, the particles are packed close together. The particle cannot move easily also. They can only vibrate about fixed position in regular arrangement. അപ്പോൾ ഇതാണ് അതിന്റെ arrangement, and they have a strong force of attraction, strong intermolecular force ഉണ്ട്. Okay, and നമുക്കറിയാം since particles are touching each other in solids, there is no space between particles, they are closely packed. Okay, in liquid, particles are still close together. However, they can now move about past each other, and they separate particles in is much greater in gas. Like separation, അതായത് particles തമ്മിലുള്ള separation നമുക്ക് ഇവിടെ കണ്ടോ, we can see the separation is very large. ഇവിടെ അത്ര ഇല്ല, ഇവിടെ ഒട്ടുമില്ല. സോളിഡ്സിന്റെ കേസിൽ there is no separation at all. So in gas, the particles are very far apart and move randomly. So the ability of particle to move in a liquid and gas phase produce their fluid properties. ഇതുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഈ ഒരു മൂവ്മെന്റ് ഉള്ളത് കൊണ്ടാണ് both liquid and gas can flow or it can be poured. Okay, so the particles are widely separated in gas but close together in a liquid or a solid. Solid തീരെ നമുക്കറിയാം there is no movement, only vibration. In liquid there is a little bit of movement അല്ലേ, when compared to solid there is little bit of movement. So the space between the particles is called what? Intermolecular space. ഈ സ്പേസിനെയാണ് we call it as what? Intermolecular space. In gas, we know that this intermolecular space will be very larger and can be reduced by increasing external pressure. Pressure കൊടുക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത് what happen? ഇവിടെ compress ആവും ഈ particles, they will be getting close together and it will be compressed. Okay, therefore a gas can easily compress. In liquid the space is much smaller അല്ലേ, liquid already they are touching each other, so ഇനി further നമുക്ക് compress ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് പറ്റില്ല. പക്ഷെ ഗ്യാസിൽ they are not touching each other, so while applying the pressure they can be compressed. Okay, changing external pressure on a sample of gas produces a change in volume that can seen. അതായത് നമുക്കറിയാം as the pressure അതായത് pressure, okay, as the pressure increases, we can say that pressure കൂടിക്കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ what happen? Volume will decrease. അതായത് there will be a decrease in volume. Volume contract ആവും. പ്രഷർ നമ്മൾ കൂട്ടിക്കഴിഞ്ഞു എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ what happen? Molecules നല്ല contraction സംഭവിക്കും. So the volume gas will be compressed. Okay, ഇനി decrease in external pressure. pressure കുറച്ചു കഴിഞ്ഞു എന്ന് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അതായത് അവിടെ എന്ത് സംഭവിക്കും? If the pressure is decreased, there will be increase in volume and gas will be expanding. Pressure നമ്മൾ കുറയ്ക്കുന്ന സമയത്ത് there is an increase in volume and gas can expand. So volume of a gas is alerting by changes in the temperature. An increase in temperature of a gas produces an increase in volume. അല്ലേ, അതായത് നമുക്ക് ഇവിടെ ടെമ്പറേച്ചർ റിലേറ്റഡ് ആയിട്ട് എങ്ങനെ പറയാം? ആസ് എ ടെമ്പറേച്ചർ ഇസ് ഇൻക്രീസിങ്, ടെമ്പറേച്ചർ ഇൻക്രീസ് ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ പാർട്ടിക്കിൾസിന് കൂടുതലായിട്ട് എന്ത് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും? കൂടുതലായിട്ട് മൂവ് ചെയ്യാനായിട്ട് പറ്റും. സോ ദേ ക്യാൻ സ്പ്രെഡ് അപ്പാർട്ട്. സോ അപ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് എന്ത് കൂട്ടാൻ പറ്റും? വോളിയം കൂട്ടാൻ പറ്റും. അപ്പോൾ ഇവിടെ നമുക്ക് നേരെ തിരിച്ചാം, പ്രഷർ കൂടുന്ന സമയത്ത് പാർട്ടിക്കിൾസ് ക്ലോസർ ആവുകയാണ് ചെയ്യുന്നത്, സോ അവിടെ വോളിയം കുറയും. ഇവിടെ ടെമ്പറേച്ചർ കൂടുന്ന സമയത്ത് പാർട്ടിക്കിൾസിന് കൂടുതൽ മൂവ്മെന്റ് ഓഫ് എനർജി കിട്ടും, സോ വോളിയം അവിടെ കൂടും. clear? And like that a decrease in temperature കുറഞ്ഞ particles energy ഇല്ല, so അവിടെ എന്താ particles will contract and the volume of gas also increases. What is intermolecular space? Intermolecular space means space between atoms, molecules, or liquid or gas. Intermolecular space is small in a liquid, but relatively it will be large for what? A gas. So the movement of particles in liquid also helps explain the evaporation from the surface of the liquid. Some of the particles are moving faster than other particles. At the surface, these fast moving particles may have enough energy to escape into the gaseous state. അല്ലെ, evaporation നടക്കുന്ന എന്താ? The high energy particles from escaping from the surface, and thus evaporation is taking place. അതാണ് ഇവിടെ കാണുന്നത്. അവിടെ കണ്ടോ, പാർട്ടിക്കിൾസിനൊക്കെ എനർജി ഉണ്ടാവും, but this high energy particles will be escaping from the surface. Clear? So we have discussed that the fact between the space between the rapidly moving particle in a gas is much greater than in other two states of matter. അല്ലെ, ഈ intermolecular space അല്ലെ, ഈ intermolecular space എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് intermolecular space ഏറ്റവും കൂടുതൽ ആർക്കുള്ളത്? ഗ്യാസിനാണ്. intermolecular space is more for what? Gas when compared to liquid and gas. Okay, sorry, liquid and solid. So that is explained by a volume of gas is much easily changed by the conditions of temperature. നമ്മൾ നോക്കി ടെമ്പറേച്ചർ കൂട്ടിക്കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ വോളിയം കൂടും. pressure കൂടിക്കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ what happens, volume decreases, because as pressure increases what ഒരു contraction സംഭവിക്കും, particles will be getting more closer, so thus the volume will be decreasing. So if the temperature is raised, then the gas particles are move faster and there is a less chance of interaction between them. അപ്പോൾ അതിന്റെ explanation ആണ് ഇവിടെ പറയുന്നത്. And the gas particles move faster and more freely and occupy a greater volume. അല്ലേ, ഈ temperature കൂടുമ്പോൾ particlesന് കൂടുതൽ energy കിട്ടും and it can move faster, so there is less chance of interaction and thus the volume will be increasing. So the opposite is true if the temperature is lower. Temperature കുറയുന്ന സമയത്ത് particles will be moving very slowly and they are more likely to interact with each other and they move together to occupy a smaller volume. അല്ലെ, interaction കുറയുന്ന സമയത്ത് there are more likely to interaction കൂടും, because അവിടെ എന്തുകൊണ്ടാ റീസൺ എന്ന് വെച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ far apart ഒന്നും പോകുന്നില്ല. സോ ഈ ഉള്ള സ്പേസിൽ തന്നെ ഒരുപാട് interaction സംഭവിക്കുമ്പോൾ ഓട്ടോമാറ്റിക്കലി ആ വോളിയം അവിടെ കുറഞ്ഞു കുറഞ്ഞു വരികയാണ്. So next is change in pressure also affects the volume of a gas sample. An increase in pressure pushes the particle close together. നമ്മൾ pressure കൂടുമ്പോൾ particles are getting contracted and they are touching each other. They will be touching each other. They are more likely to interact each other and move closer. And what happens if opposite, that is if external pressure is lowered, means the particle occupies a greater space. അവിടെ volume കൂടും and the interaction between the particles will be also very less. So this is about the kinetic theory and how it can be explained using this intermolecular force. Okay, അതായത് ഈ kinetic particle theory എന്ന് പറയുമ്പോൾ നമുക്ക് ഓൾറെഡി പാർട്ടിക്കിൾസിന്റെ അറേഞ്ച്മെന്റ് ഒക്കെ നമ്മൾ പഠിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. അതിന്റെ കൂടെ നമുക്ക് അതിന്റെ മൂവ്മെന്റും വെച്ചിട്ട് എങ്ങനെ ഈ ഡിഫറെന്റ് 3 states of matterന്റെ explanation നമുക്ക് കൊടുക്കാൻ പറ്റും. So this is about kinetic particle theory. Okay.